Hi guys, my name is Eric and this is the project I created for assignment 5. We're going to be making and creating civilizations. I went with 2 objectives for the students and then 1 for the educator. For the students, 3A, students plan and employ effective research strategies to locate information and other resources for their intellectual or creative pursuits. 6D, students publish or present content that customizes the message and medium for their intended audiences. And then for the educator, 5B, design authentic learning activities that align with content area standards and use digital tools and resources to maximize active, deep learning. My audience for this project will be my 3 sections of 6th grade social studies. We are a Title I school at Overland Park, and we have abilities that range from SPED to gifted. Day 1 of the project, the kids are going to be able to name their civilization. They are going to tell me where their civilization is going to be located. They can decide anywhere in the world, it's up to them. And then they need to tell me the neighbors that border them, wherever they chose to have their civilization. Days 2 and 3, they're going to be creating jobs, a class system, and government. With the jobs, they're going to fit each job into which class it belongs to. That's up to them. Obviously, we want them to have teachers as the first class. And then as far as government, they get to decide which type of government their civilization has. It's completely up to them. They've discussed government with each civilization we've learned about this year, so hopefully they can connect the dots when it comes to creating their own. Day 4, food supply. My favorite. They're going to talk about which foods their civilization has. They're going to tell us where they grow, why it's an effective place to grow those crops, and then who's growing them, who's selling them, who's purchasing them, how do they pay for them, all of those type of things that we've discussed throughout the year in social studies. And I had to throw in my favorite place to eat, McDonald's up there. The kids know that, and they're going to have a good time with that, hopefully. Day 5 is when we're going to really start to use the iPads and the apps. They're going to create music for their culture, and they can use GarageBand for that. And then with art, they're going to create some type of picture, painting, anything that they want to be involved with their civilization. They can use Notability. There's a paper app the kids like to use for art, or they can do the old school coloring with markers and colored pencils. My kids actually still love to do that. So a lot of them will choose to do that and create their own art. And then discuss traditions. We've been discussing traditions with different cultures all year, and so they have a pretty good understanding of what that means, and hopefully they can relate that to their own civilization. Day 6, they're going to create their own laws. We'd like to have at least 10 laws for each civilization. They need to be able to give me reasons why they have those laws and an understanding of why those laws are important to them. They can be fun laws, and creativity obviously is something we promote. And then connect the past and present. They need to either have a law that we've discussed in previous civilizations or be able to connect why a present law is connected to a past law. Day 7, they're going to get a photo of their civilization and they're going to edit it. This will be a favorite with my class. They are experts when it comes to editing photos. They like to do it during math instead of homework. And they are a big fan of memes. Obviously, around social media, it's a big deal nowadays. So I think they're really going to have a fun time with this. And they can use Adobe, which I found to be easiest when we were doing our projects with editing photos. But if they have a better app or something they're more familiar with, they're more than welcome to use that app. Day 8, they're going to create their presentation. I've listed a few sites and apps that they're allowed to use, just some that we're familiar with from this class. If they choose a different type of presentation, that's great too. They just need to discuss with me why they chose that app, website, or whatever they have found. A lot of the kids in my class will probably go with iMovie. They're really familiar with that. They enjoy it. It keeps their interest at a high level. And hopefully they really take the time and energy to make it a great project. Day 9, they are going to present the project. While they're presenting, the students watching and learning from them will be given a rubric and they can kind of grade their classmates' projects. We'll discuss how you properly do that with kind scores and realistic scores. I think the kids will be more motivated when they realize their classmates are grading them too on the rubric to do a great job instead of just me. And then day 10, we are going to implement the reflection time that we've discussed in this class. I'm really excited for that. I think that's going to improve the project in the future and improve their own learning and their futures. We'll sit down as a class and discuss it. We're going to have that be led by the students, not just with me, which is a big change. And we got that from that class, which is great. And then for each student, I will have a little 1-2 minute conversation with them about their project, what I enjoyed, what I thought they could do better on, ask them questions about what they learned about civilizations through their own creation, and if they have any advice for me as a teacher to make the project better for next year's sixth graders. Hopefully they have a great time. I think it's going to be fun seeing the creativity from the kids, and most importantly, I think the learning is going to be at a high level. That's it.